everyone! Welcome to my another video of my mental health journey! My name is Daisy and I was diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder, and I make videos sharing my experiences, my tips, my secrets, and how I go about managing my mental health, so stay tuned! Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss on any updates, and let's help this community grow by raising awareness that mental health is as important as physical health. First, I want to apologize. I wasn't able to create any videos for the past couple of days. I wasn't even able to shoot, and I had this big idea on my mind last week, and then it just went poof because my mood is unpredictable, and it just went spiraling down for the past couple of days. But now I'm up again, and yeah, you feel the energy, right? And I'm shooting this in the middle of the night, yeah, when most people are asleep. And yeah, but I was able to record something, so I'm going to show it to you after. But yeah, for the past couple of days, I was very down. So, watch this. Hi guys. I'm a bit down. Because of this lockdown, I'm not able to go outside. I'm not able to use my bike. Not able to do exercise, and I just have to stay at home. Lock myself in, and it's bringing my mood down. I miss a couple of days to shoot. I'm supposed to shoot something. I have this like content in my mind, and now it feels like impossible to do that. I'm not able to even attend our occupational therapy because of my mood. I'm easily irritated. I don't want to do stuff like that. And now I feel like I cannot get out. I feel like I'm in prison. I cannot breathe. What else do I have to do? This is useless. Alright! It's like a different person, right? That's actually my twin. Well, kidding aside, yeah, I was a bit down for the past couple of days. And there's another one. Watch this.
The game was supposed to be a safe space. I was literally in charge of it. And yet I still died. Invaluable school is the most amazing place I ever.
There. That's pretty emotional, right? I couldn't even just put it into words. I could just cry. And you guys may be wondering what I did to cope, to lift my mood, to be where I'm at right now. Well, actually, there are lots of things that I can do to cope. And I'm pretty much sure that I've already eradicated those unhealthy ones. Crossing my fingers on that, I hope. But yeah, that's what I want to discuss with you right now, and to share what's my coping mechanism. One of my hobbies before I hit depression was reading books, and I want to share with you some of my books that I read, that when I feel confident or overconfident, or when I feel down, I try to visit the books that I've had. Well, yeah, it feels impossible at first. Yeah, it's quite hard to fight the depression when you hit rock bottom already. So before I hit the lowest, when I feel that I'm going down the roller coaster ride, I will, what do you call it? I will address to it right away. I don't wait myself to go down the deep pool and then just address it. It's gonna be very, very difficult if I do that. So might as well address it at an earlier stage, right? So yeah, the books that I gathered are self-help books, or well, specifically leadership books. When I've had this motivation, I do shopping spree of books in fully booked. I can't even control it. That's why when I'm broke, I try to avoid the bookshops. Because when I get inside, there's no way that I'm getting out without buying a book. So, yeah. All right, let's go over with the books that I have. All right. Most of my books are written by John C. Maxwell. He's a pastor. Yeah. This is my very, very first adult book that I have, because previously I only buy what they call it fiction books, such as Vampire Academy, Divergent series, what they call it, the Asylum series, and of course I also got Harry Potter. But yeah, when I entered this like a development program in our company, I found it interesting to read books like this because it's kind of uplifts my mood and kind of feeds on my self-esteem. So yeah, it says here this is a very good book, by the way. I'm endorsing it. Yeah, it's 15 invaluable laws of growth. So if you want to grow personally or professionally, definitely buy this book. Yeah, I think this kind of made me hypomanic or something like that. It boosts my self-confidence. And my favorite law among the 15 laws that it has is, well, I've got several though. Because, yeah, actually, the first law is the law of intentionality. Yeah, growth doesn't just happen. You have to take initiative. That's what it's about. I like it, but not that much. Second law is the law of awareness. So, of course, before you want to grow, before you develop yourself, you have to know yourself first, right? I mean, I cannot grow to become a painter if I don't know how to draw, if I don't have passion in drawing or painting, I guess, right? That's just a bit of example. I also like that one, but yeah, not that much. Yeah, the third law, that's what I found interesting. I find interesting the most, the law of the mirror. So it says here, you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. Gets that? Right. So that hits the most to me because I've become very codependent, meaning I live for other people's happiness. That's my goal, to make other people happy. And I'm a people pleaser. I don't like upsetting people. It hurts me. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm working on that, on codependency or whatsoever, trying to remove that and trying to give myself first. So I have to see my worth I have to see my worth first to be able to add value to myself, right? So that's about it. And love reflection, not that much because yeah, personally I don't reflect, obviously. But yeah, of course, with all the therapy that I've been in, there's a lot of reflection on that. That's learning to pause allows growth to catch up with you. Okay, love consistency, of course. That's important. You have to be very consistent in growing, and discipline keeps you growing. So, this is kind of what they call it challenging for me because I'm aware where my mood goes. So if I'm motivated, I'm up. If I'm depressed, I'm down, and it kind of beats the purpose of the consistency. So I'm working on that very hard. Yeah, motivation gets you going. And if I'm depressed, I don't have any motivation at all. So I have to, of course, discipline myself. I don't have to, I don't have to wait for motivation to hit me. I should be consistent. So that's what it's all about. All right, the love environment, growth thrives in conducive surroundings. So, yeah, I think that benefits me. Well, I am in a growing environment, and I am in a company where you can transfer different departments and grow there. So, yeah, I have much to learn in the company I'm at right now. So yeah, law number 8, that's actually also my favorite, the law of pain. Good management of bad experiences leads to great growth, meaning my favorite motto when I was a child was no pain, no gain. So if something happens that's painful, eventually I'll be able to redeem the rewards from it. So that's what I believe, the law of pain leads you to growth. So take it as a stepping stone. Don't always think of pain as a negative. Well, everything happens for a reason, right? And law number 9, the law of the ladder. Right, the character growth determines the height of your personal growth. So growth doesn't usually mean career growth like from analyst, supervisor, manager. Uh, it's not always like that. So you might want to consider growing in character, meaning changing yourself inside, not actually changing, but developing yourself into a better person. All right. Law number 10, not that much. It's the law of the rubber band. Growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. I don't quite get that actually. I have to read the book again. Right. Okay. 11, the law of the trade-offs. You have to give up to grow up, and that's kind of cringy, yeah, right? It's kind of cliche. Yeah, you have to sacrifice something in order to gain something. That's what it's all about. I love curiosity. Okay, growth is stimulated by asking why. So it's not always curiosity kills the cat. Not always like that. So growth starts in outside their comfort zone. So that's my takeaway from that. The law of modeling, it's hard to improve when you have no one but yourself to follow. Yeah, the law of modeling, meaning you have to have someone, an ideal someone other than yourself, so that you can grow. So you cannot just grow by looking at yourself, right? We need others to grow. Law of expansion and growth always increases your capacity. Yeah. So when you grow, of course, new skills will follow. and it's like a domino effect. Law of contribution, growing yourself, and that's the last law. Growing yourself enables you to grow others. So yeah, again, that's a domino effect. Whatever you learn, teach it to someone else, and that will help others to grow as well. So yep, if you're motivated to grow as a person, may it be beneficial for you or your family personally, then read this, and it can also benefit you if you want to grow up in your company. Of course, if you're leading a team, then you might as well benefit from this book. Yeah, this far my favorite. All right. Just to give you a story, I actually lost my first book. I bought this second time around because I was very, very addicted, right? It's irrational. I already have an ebook of this one. Actually, the very first book that I bought, this book, I lost it in a van. Because I think, was very exhausted from work at that time, and I left it in a van, and the person or the driver didn't even care to bring it back. So, poof, I bought a new one, and yeah, it cost around 800 pesos. So, kind of expensive for a book, but for me, yeah, I'm addicted. So, if you're broke, don't follow what I'm doing. You can just get the ebook free. I have a torrent of that. So yep. Okay. That's about it for my first book for John Maxwell. Right. Okay. The next books that I bought were this: The Power of Your Potential and Self-Improvement 101. There's a story behind this one. Okay, I feel badly broken at that time. You mean broken in a relationship? So I feel like something's missing in me. I don't want to spend my time always just crying in my bed. So I went out, and I was very motivated at the time to change my life at that day. So yeah, pretty much rational again. So I'm looking for a way to change myself, like overnight. I want to change myself and change my life, so I bought this one. It says Self-Improvement 101. And I bought this one, and then I went to Starbucks, and then I bought coffee, and then read this book. Yeah, I was able to finish it because it's just, well, for the size of it, it's expensive. It's around 550 pesos. So, yeah, it's kind of expensive. And I bought them together. This one's 480 pesos. Yeah, that's why when I'm broke, I stay far away from many bookshops as possible because I tend to spend 1,000 pesos in just one visit, just for a book that I can just get online for free. I'm not sure, but I love the smell, the touch of, and the texture of the book. So yeah, so it's worth the purchase. For self-improvement, then yeah, what caught my attention for this book was this: what will it take for me to improve? And then I started reading it. This is about, actually, this is just a summary of all the books that John Maxwell has written. I just found that out because some of the lines here can be found on the lines here. So It's like these are specific books with specific themes or topics. This is like all his ideas in one book summarized. So I want this, and then the power of the potential. Of course, I want to reach my full potential at this age, and at that time I want to be someone else. So I want to, yeah, of course, first step is awareness. Am I aware of my full potential? And that piqued my interest. That's why I bought this. And then the part one will be develop the potential you already possess. So, yep, those are the second books, and also both of them are hardbounded, and that's why they're expensive. And also both of them are the the summaries of all the books John Maxwell has right there. And my next book, I think it's this one. Failing Forward, one of my favorites. Well, all of them are my favorites. I bought them for a reason. Yep. And what caught my attention? Turning mistakes into stepping stones for success. Personally, I fear of making mistakes. I run away when I make mistakes. I criticize myself when I make mistakes. I'm the most critic of myself. So I bought this one to change my perspective of mistake. And yep, what's the main difference between people who achieve and people who are average? It says here. So yeah, the main difference is how they see mistakes. That's the difference, because achievers take mistakes as a challenge, and they don't afraid of making mistakes. They risk more. That's why they're able to do more than the average person who fears committing mistakes. And that's what I'm trying to remove from myself. What does it have to do with my depression? Good question. Because I noticed that I get depressed when I make mistakes. I over criticize myself, even though people around me will say that's okay. You can make up for it. But me, my thoughts inside, it's swirling down, saying that I am not good enough. That I need to be punished. Sometimes I punish myself by not buying the food that I want, or not going to any bookstore or art shops or pet shops, or like not allowing myself to enjoy. That's how I punish myself, and that's not healthy, as I realized. And on chapter 3, there is a question. If you failed, are you a failure? That's a good question, because whenever I fail something, or maybe an exam, I always thought that I'm a failure, and that will spiral down towards my family, my friends, and it takes over my mind and my emotions. And if that happens, I won't have any control of it anymore. So I want to change that. Failure isn't so bad if it doesn't attack the heart. So it always attacks my heart whenever I fail. So I want to prevent that. And success is alright if it doesn't go to the head, right? Overall, I will recommend this book. And this one's pick me. Look, chapter 4, you're too old to cry, but it hurts too much to laugh. Ouch. Yeah, when I read this chapter, I was actually a bit down. And it felt like an arrow hit my chest. So, fear makes come true that which one is afraid of. So in a gist, it just says that don't fear failure, actually. Failure is normal. It's every day, so might as well get used to it. But don't look at yourself as a failure. Okay? Use it as a motivation to do something more beautiful. And the moment a question comes to your mind, see yourself mentally taking hold of it and disposing of it. In that moment is your choice made. Thus you learn to take the path to the right. Thus you learn to become the decider and not the vacillator. Thus you build character. So whenever you fail, be accountable to it. Be responsible and then move on. That's how I take that. And if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always gotten. So like I said, that's the difference of an achiever and an average person. Achiever, they don't always stay in their comfort zone. They do whatever. They take more risks, and that's why they're capable to do more. Yep. Don't waste energy trying to cover up your failure. Learn from your failures and go on to the next challenge. It's okay to fail. If you're not failing, then you're not growing. And that's wow. Yeah, I've got a lot of failures in my lifetime, and most of them I buried inside. That's why when I remember them, it still hurts. So because of this book, I learned to let go of them and use them as a guide. You know, to not do it again and to make myself a better person someday than that I am yesterday. So, right. What else? No matter what happens to you, failure is an inside job. Well, technically, failure is just an event, right? It's not you. So, whatever you feel, you are responsible for that. And what else I could share about this book? Here goes. The problems of people's past impact them in one of two ways. They experience either a breakdown or a breakthrough, and I always experience the breakdown. So when I fail a metric or an exam or a test, like I said, I criticize myself. I always had a breakdown. I cry and cry and cry almost nonstop, and I beat myself up with that simple failure. So. Yeah, but then afterwards, actually, I sometimes I do a breakthrough. You know, I curse myself to be perfect the next time round, and yeah, I was able to do it before when I failed our physics exam. I really hate physics, but yeah, I failed the first the prelim exam. And then I get mad, really mad at myself that I compensated by studying and studying and studying physics. And then I aced the midterm and the final exam. So yeah, there was a breakthrough there. But yeah, punishing myself is never healthy. I know that. Failure is the greatest opportunity I have to know who I really am. So, because if you're not making mistakes, then you're not doing anything, and then you don't really know who you are, because you're always in the safe zone. So, the other way for you to understand who you are is to commit mistakes, right? And then you will learn what you value, what's important to you. and then try to change. Get over yourself, everyone else has. So yeah, don't get stuck inside your ego because it will become a prison in no time flat. Yeah, ouch. Yeah, I have to get over myself committing mistakes. Right? Everyone has committed mistakes. Many people who struggle with chronic failure do so because they think of no one but themselves. So yeah, let's not be selfish. Let's stop talking. Let's stop focusing on ourselves. Yeah, I think that will help me with my depression or anything, right? Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah, it's me endorsing another book, Failing Forward. So, failing backward means that you're criticizing yourself, punishing yourself, while failing forward is learning from it because you're still moving forward from your mistake. That's it. Okay, and I still have a couple of books in here. Alright, I have this. Also by John Maxwell. I had a lot of books of John Maxwell. It's titled No Limits. Yep. I bought this book because I don't know, I feel very motivated to lead a team at that time, but I'm not a manager. I didn't dream to be a one, but I'm not sure what's gotten into me. I think I'm manic at that time. And then I bought this. I had my self-esteem is way high, skyrocketing. So I bought this, and my favorite, what we call it, my favorite capacity because it lists 19 capacities in this book. This is about capacity like energy, emotional thinking, people, creative, productive, leadership, and so on. My most favorite capacity on this book, it's actually emotional capacity, your ability to manage emotions. Oh my god, that piqued my interest. It's very me. Because ever since I haven't had the ability to manage my emotions, it's like I'm in an ocean and I go wherever it takes me. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. That's why I bought this book, and it's around 816 pesos. By the way, the Failing Forward is around 900 pesos. So yeah, all of their books are expensive, right? Yikes. Alright, it says here, emotionally strong people are proactive in dealing with their emotions. Oh my god, I felt guilty at that because that means I'm not emotionally strong. Because I cannot control my emotions. When my therapist clearly told me that I can, that's what I can control, my emotions. But yeah, if it hits me, it feels like a tsunami. That's why I don't have control over it. And I even highlighted this one. Today, I will be master of my emotions. That never happened. It's funny, right? It's hard to control it when it's hitting you in waves. But I have to be resilient. And it says here, emotionally strong people do not waste time feeling sorry for themselves. And I think I wasted my 30 years of existence feeling sorry for myself. And I think that's why I have mental health issues, right? And basically this chapter tells you how to control your emotions. The weaker person usually controls the relationship, and boom, that hits hard as well. Because I'm controlling relationship, I take control whatever I can control. And Says here, the easiest thing to be in the world is you. The most difficult thing to be is what the other people want you to be. So don't let them put you in that position. So just be yourself, right? Alright. Emotionally strong people do not waste energy on things they cannot control. So don't be an OC. Like obsessive compulsive. I am actually like that. I try to take control of things even those things are out of control, which is insane. You must understand the difference between a fact of life and a problem. A fact of life is something you cannot control or fix. A problem is something you can fix. So sometimes I try to focus on the things that's beyond my control, which is very, very wrong. And I've learned that here. And emotionally strong people do not keep making the same mistakes because, you know what they say, the first one is a mistake, the second one is a choice. So, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over but expecting different results. You're insane if you're expecting different results when actually you're doing the same things all over again, right? Okay. I think that's about it for emotional capacity. And yeah, I've already finished this book a couple of times. Look, it's all torn out. That's not me, that's my cat. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so, let's see. I got, this book is Thinking for a Change, 768 pesos in fully book, and also written by John Maxwell. Here, my teammates bought this for me on my birthday. Thank you. I'm using it as a bookmark. So, I've also finished this book. The reason I bought this book, I want to change how I think. Because I'm a very pessimistic thinker. And I want to change that. So, what I learned in reading these books is you can change your emotion or what you feel by changing how you think. So, that's the reason why I bought this. This is specific for how I change my thinking. And let's see. What does it mean to be a good thinker? That's the first one. And it says here. Yeah, what's really the difference of a good thinker? Let's see. It says to change your thinking and change your life. And I want to change my life at that time. So, let's see. Right. It says here, I can control my feelings by controlling my thoughts. And that's why I read this one. If you're willing to change your thinking, you can change your feelings. If you change your feelings, you can change your actions. And changing your actions based on good thinking can change your life. It's again a domino effect. So, it says here, who will change your mind? Education is a social process, perhaps the most important process in determining the future for a country. Education. Yeah, they should start with that. They should be teaching that in schools, right? They should be teaching students that it's okay to fail and commit mistakes, not to drive you in being a perfectionist, and that's the reason why I became a perfectionist and became like this. So yeah, I blame the school. Just kidding. Alright, okay, understand the value of good thinking. What are the values of good thinking? First, it creates a foundation of the good results because good thoughts and actions can never produce bad results. Because good plus good is equals good, right? It's just simple math. And of course, it increases your potential. And like I said, I want to grow my potential. Okay, let's see. Understand. Realize the impact of change thinking. Change thinking is worth the investment. It's the best gift you can give others. Only when you make the right changes to your thinking do other things begin to turn right. So I want to be an optimistic thinker. That's why I have read this. Change is personal, change is possible, and change is profitable. So yeah, what I learned in college, the only consistent thing in this world is change. So I have to be resilient in changing anything. And all about thinking is about this book. It's about big picture thinking, seeing the world beyond your own needs, focused thinking, removing mental clutter and distractions, realize your full potential, creative thinking, thinking outside the box, and yeah, innovation is also under that, and I want to be a creative thinker as well. A shared thinking, working with others, and reflective thinking, looking at the past to gain a better understanding of the future. So, yep, it's one of the ways highly successful people approach life. Don't forget to purchase this book as well. Best, most recent. Okay, I think this one. I bought 3. I actually bought these together. 3. Yeah, I splurged my funds. You can see that because this one is 519 pesos. This one is 816 pesos. And other is 816 pesos as well. So the last book of John Maxwell that I bought is 25 Ways to Win with People, because yeah, I personally am not a people person. Not that I hate people, but what do you call it? I'm more of an introvert, and I'd like to be more observant, and be able to get along with people very well, because I actually don't. Sometimes I spend too much time in my head than with other people. Or even I spend too much time more with my cats or dogs than with other people. So yeah, what do you call it? 15 ways. I can dictate you the 15 ways. Of course, start with yourself. Again, growth starts with yourself. So, and that's always the first one, right? Practice the 30-second rule. Which means I forgot what that is, but let's see. So that means that within the first 30 seconds of a conversation, say something encouraging to a person, and that will leave a mark that they will never forget about you. So that's about it. Let people know you need them. So no man is an island. Everybody needs everyone. Everybody needs somebody, right? So let people know that you need them. That's actually that actually acts as a magnet. Like me, when I feel like people need me, I tend to perform better. So that's it. And 4, create a memory and visit it often. Also create memory with people, go eat outside, but not right now because of the pandemic, and you know what I mean. So yep, and then compliment people in front of other people. Of course, give compliments. People like compliments. Who doesn't, right? Give others a reputation to uphold. Say the right words at the right time. That's challenging. Encourage the dreams of others. So So yeah, this is rare. Um, Most of the people, when you tell them your dreams, it's either they're thinking or wishing that it doesn't come true, or they pull you down secretly. You know what I mean? But yeah, be authentic, okay? Just don't just give some hollow encouragement. Be passionate about it. Pass the credit on to others. So if it's not your idea and you're the one who reported, of course, it's important to give credit where it belongs, right? Offer your very best. Yeah, that's given. Share a secret with someone. Yeah, but don't share secret. Don't tell someone that you share them a secret and then tell them to another that you shared the secret, the same secret. Yeah, it's kinda, that doesn't go right. If you know what I mean. Mind the goal of good intentions. Right. Keep your eyes off the mirror. That means don't focus on yourself. Do for others what they can do for themselves. So yeah, again, helping others. Listen with your heart. Find the keys to their heart. Find what they're passionate about. Find their interest, their motivation, what gives them motivation. Be the first to help. So yeah, add value to people. So always encourage them what they're worth. Remember a person's story. So don't just be there just to listen. Also absorb it, right? That proves that you're really interested with that person. Tell a good story. Don't just invent. Tell a true story, okay? Give with no strings attached. Of course, give and don't expect that they will return the favor. Okay? Just give whatever you can give. Learn your middleman's name. Alright? Point out people's strengths. Of course, that's encouraging. Write notes of encouragement. Again, encouraging. And help people win. If you help people win, they will never forget you for that. So, yeah, that's the 25 ways to win with people. If you want to get along with people, then you'll definitely want this book. Alright, that's the last one of John Maxwell. And this is Zig Ziglar, a friend of John Maxwell. Yeah, I read his name in one of these books. I forgot which. I think it's in Feeling Forward. But yeah, it's the Ghost Program. I haven't finished this because my depression hit, and I haven't read anything anymore since the depression. Yeah, my mood is spiraling up and down, and so, well, it's a goals program. So if you want to be goal directed, definitely buy this book. But it's expensive though. But yeah, you'll definitely learn a lot from Zig Ziglar. It also tackles about failure. See, we need to understand that failure is an event, it's not a person. Yesterday really did end last night. Today is a brand new day and it's yours. You do not need to let what happened yesterday control what you are doing today. So, yeah, but like I said, we'll learn from this. Change what you are and where you are by changing what goes into your mind. So again, change your thinking and then it will change your emotions or what you feel. Work is the foundation of business, the source of prosperity, and the parent genius. Okay, I haven't finished this, so alright, I wasn't able to finish this one, so I cannot really give my full comments, suggestions, or recommendations, but it looks really promising, and one of these days I will finish you. Promise. Okay, and the second to the last book, of course, Mindfulness. Okay, after so many sessions with my therapist and recommending me to do mindfulness, I bought this book. It's quite expensive, 800. But yeah, it also has a plan. It contains an 8-week mindfulness program, and I haven't followed it yet. I haven't finished the book yet because again my depression hit and I lack interest in reading any books that I have. So I like the really like the smell of the book. So yep, this is about depression, anxiety, and how you go about that by doing mindfulness. Mindfulness is like controlling how you breathe, clearing your mind, um, imagining you're in a peaceful place, something like that. Or yeah, it's about anchoring yourself to the present, always being aware of your surroundings, anything and everything, maybe touch, maybe any of your five senses. So that's about it. From what I can remember reading this one, yeah, I haven't even started the 8-week program yet because I can't find time to meditate. I don't know why, but I think I definitely have to start doing the mindfulness, right? Alright, down to my last book. It's not actually a self-help book, a leadership book, or whatever. It's a fiction book. It says every last word. So this tackles mental health as well, depression, anxiety, and the consequences of those illnesses. But specifically, what captured my heart in this one is this. If you could read my mind, you wouldn't be smiling. Like I said, I am a negative thinker. And if you can read what I'm thinking, what I'm always thinking, you won't be laughing at me right now. Yeah, well, of course, if except if I'm joyful, right? Or I'm blissful, I'm manic. All things good in there. But yeah, if I'm hitting my lowest point, you wouldn't be smiling. And right, the protagonist in this book has obsessive compulsive disorder. When I was in college and the first time that I read OCD, I felt that I can relate actually, and that scared me. I thought to myself, what? I have mental illness, so from then I tried to learn from what I can read on that book, and I tried to control what I'm thinking because before when I was in college, I actually my ritual actually that controls me was whenever I go outside and lock the door, I always come back to the house to lock the door again, make sure it's locked. And I think I've reached 6 to 10 times to go back and forth my house just to make sure that everything's checked and the door is locked. That's why I thought to myself that maybe I had OCD at that time, and then that scared me. So what I did, I think I taught myself to think, to let go of become obsessive thoughts, and not to act on those thoughts. And yep, that helped me. And back to this book, the protagonist, who is Samantha McAllister, she has OCD, and her OCD includes intrusive thoughts. I also have that intrusive thoughts, but I don't usually act on it. But for someone who has OCD, she can't help but act on it. Otherwise, it gives her a panic attack. And the only ones who knew about her illness are her mother and her siblings. So it's quite hard because she tries to fit in to school, to fit in with her friends. She has this inner circle. They are actually popular in the school, so it's a lot of pressure for her to fit in and to hide the illness from her best friends. And there is a plot twist to this one. I don't want to spoil anyone who wants to read this book, but yeah, it's really advisable if you are undergoing some kind of mental health issues. You can read this book, and then it will make sense why it's titled Every Last Word. Alright? Yeah, also tackles depression, anxiety, OCD, whatever. I'm sorry. Whatever that whatever mental health issues you're going through, I think you can relate on this one. And her psychiatrist is actually good. Whenever I read this, I feel like I'm the one actually going on to therapy. So, yep, I was able to finish this in just one sitting actually. Yeah, kind of addicted. And yep, those are my books. I got books. Those are my books that I use for my mental health journey, boosting my confidence, and just changing my thinking and whatnot. So yeah. Again, obviously, one of my coping mechanism is to read books. And when I read books, it takes my mind somewhere else. But right now, I haven't read a book in quite some time. I think for a couple of months now. Yeah, obviously, I haven't touched any of them until now because I want to share it with you. I want maybe it's beneficial for you to read when you feel down. You can try to read one page at a time or a chapter if you can. It might lift you up. And when I'm quite happy with myself, I try to read these books and it keeps my mood, it keeps me very highly motivated. And that makes me very productive at work. So, yeah, it's a win-win for me. And that's about it. Okay, that's about it for this video. I just want to share with you what I read. Maybe you can get some takeaways for the books that I've read. And if you don't have the budget to buy the physical book, you can always Google them. I think, yeah, I was able to Google I was able to get some of the books here as an ebook for free. Actually, I have that on my phone so that I can read them when I'm outside. But, well, as much as possible, I prefer reading or carrying my book around because I don't know, I like the texture, the smell. Again, it feels like I own them, you know. I know you won't get it, but yeah, that's just for me. So that's about it for my video. Again, I hope you were able to take something useful out of this one. And if you have any comments, suggestions, recommendations, please don't forget or don't hesitate to put that in the comments below. Let's help each other. If you have some tips or other books that you recommend, also you can put that in the comments. And if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to hit like and subscribe. And also you can click on the bell button so you'll get notified if I released another video. Again, my name is JC. I live with bipolar disorder, and I don't let my mental illness define me. And always remember that mental health is as important as physical health, and don't let other people tell you otherwise. Alright, see you in the next video. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. Bye-bye.